What's up? I'm Jack Soren, and this video is about how I started my full-time... Hold on, that guy freaking looked at me. What's up? I'm Jack Soren, and this video is about how I started my career as a full-time artist painting murals.
Sick.
That was it. That's what I was gonna get to. I just have to remember it. Okay, alright, we're having fun. Alright, we just got back from the 7-Eleven mural, and we're in my Airstream trailer, which is going to be my new studio. I'm excited to show you in a few months once I'm done. It's going to be super sick, and I'm really stoked for it. And we're going to be talking today about the business of how I started mural painting for a career and how I've been able to turn art into a full-time job. And it all started with painting graffiti as a kid. Alright, a bird. So growing up as a kid in Hawaii, we had a lot of freedom. We would go outside and play a lot, meet up with our cousins, and just run around to the beach or the mountains. And my cousins introduced me into the art form called graffiti. And that's what we did for most of our childhood. Running around, making trouble, painting graffiti, and developing our art skill the entire time. And without knowing, we were getting pretty good and decent at making large-scale pieces and artwork down in the ditches and gutters of the city, where it started to inspire me more and more to paint larger walls and paint bigger pieces. And that's when murals became interested to me, and I love the outcome of people being able to see it and the public being able to access this artwork rather than it being kept up in a gallery, you know, and you'd have to find your way into a museum in order to see the artwork. Here, when we paint murals for the public, you could be driving down the road and see a giant walrus in the middle of Washington, D.C. on the side of a building, and to me, I would get a good laugh out of it, and I love that part, you know. You never know what someone's day might, you know, what might be going on in someone's day, but when they turn the corner and see a fun cartoon walrus, it really just brightens you up a little bit just to see these giant colors and shapes, and that's why I love doing art, and that's the reward, is seeing how people respond and react to murals and public art. Public facing murals throughout the city were here and there as a kid, but what really started off was the Powwow Hawaiʻi Mural Festival. Me and my friends would start to go to these mural festivals when we were in high school, and it was really inspiring to see artists, full-time artists, working, doing their craft, painting our city and making it beautiful. And as a kid, that was one of the most inspiring and interesting things to me, and I saw myself doing that one day, and that's when I knew, like, man, this is what we gotta do. Like, this is how we can turn our graffiti into something different. And sure enough, you know, I started to tell some of my friends and family that, you know, we're painting graffiti, but there's, you know, we could paint other things if you wanted. And I remember getting my first mural job as a 15-year-old, and maybe I got paid $200, but I was stoked. That was the first time I ever got money to go and paint someone's wall. And I painted a bunch of like ocean creatures next to her swimming pool, and she really loved it, and that's where I really realized that I could turn this into a business. And that really sparked a passion and fire within me to go out and see if this is something that I really loved and wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I think I already knew the answer to that, and it was yes. I wanted to do something with art for a career because I genuinely loved it. And that's when I started to set goals and make plans to guide myself towards how could I continue to get paid to paint murals? How could I advertise myself in a way that, you know, people would invite me to their spaces or their homes to bring color and life into their room or their wall or business, whatever it was. And that's when I got down to the drawing board and started to try and figure it out. A lot of these murals and different projects helped me grow as a person, and also to help me understand my individuality and identity. And one of the biggest changes in my life happened when I was painting a mural in Koloa town on Kauai, and I basically painted a mural about my experience, you know, through my highs and lows. And in the lows I came out stronger and better, and I grew and mature, And this mural became that story, where there was a Hawaiian figure who came out of a cave and he's just resting and reflecting on what he just went through. And that really represents me and my life of, sometimes things hit rock bottom, and as you develop and grow and are okay with those, those uncomfortable things, when you come out, you're only that much better of a person. And that one really spoke to me personally and my identity, and it helped shape me for the next few murals that I was going to paint. So it was a big pivotal moment for my personal art journey. One of the awesome parts about painting mural is that we get to tell stories, and I love telling stories about where I'm from and my people and the village that raised me. And there's such a rich history in Hawaiian culture that is still a mystery. And I started to realize that as I started to uncover these mysteries, I can tell these stories through my work. And that's where I put different figures and stories compiled onto a mural that we see at the 7-Eleven in Hauula. And that one is really special for me because I get to paint all over the world, on the continent, in London, Japan, all over the place. But my side of the island or my home, I didn't have too much work there. So it's very special for me to be able to paint just down the street from my house. Some of the locals and community members, family and friends knew the stories that I was painting on the wall and really excited and related to them and was so proud to have this piece in their community. And that's what really made me happy about it, is that my family and friends could all enjoy my artwork, and that's the biggest reward to me. Okay, I got it. Alright, and if I were to run it back, here's 3 different pieces of advice I'd give myself. Number 1 would be to ask yourself, is this my passion? Could you see yourself doing this every day of your life for the rest of your life? Or will it be something that eventually burns out and you lose that love for that passion completely because the business, the obstacles, or whatever the environment might be causes you to maybe not like doing the art as much anymore, whatever the craft is. So is this something that you could really stick with it and that you genuinely love to do? Number 2 would be to build the skills necessary in whatever niche, specialized craft or industry you want to get into, and learn more about that. Research as much as you can about that industry, that art style, the history, just so that you can do that rigor, that deep dive into really knowing about what you're getting yourself into before you just jump right into it. And then the 3rd would be make tons of mistakes. If I knew that all the mistakes would eventually turn into lessons and only build my career one step at a time, I would have been a lot less hard on myself and enjoyed the process more as a growing artist. But instead I was really hard on myself, made sure I had to be a workhorse and machine, but really all the mistakes that I have made have only turned into lessons and only helped me to grow and to challenge myself and to try again. Even when there's times where I feel like I wanted to burn out, making so many mistakes, you feel like maybe it's not worth it, but it's just around the corner where you get the job, you get the gig that lights that passion again and shows you that, no, this is possible and this is, something that I feel like I can move forward with. So try it, take that risk, do what you love, make those mistakes, and work hard every day to hone in on your talents and your practice. Being able to be a full-time artist is a dream come true for my 16-year-old self. And through years of practice, making mistakes, building my network, and, trying it out and taking those risks, I'm now able to support my family with my art career. I'm able to travel around the world. I'm able to meet new friends and connect with different people who become, lifelong homies. And I'm also able to do what I love every day and it really not feel like work. I just want to encourage anyone who's interested in painting murals, doing art as a full-time job, graphic design, whatever it might be, to stick with it. Keep working at it, and naturally doors will start to open up for you in your own path, in your own career. This is your own personal journey, just as I have my own. And I just want to encourage you to set off on that journey and take that first step to live out your dreams one day. Alright, thanks for watching and hearing my story about how I started painting murals. I hope you learned something from this video and can apply it to your life. Stay tuned for more as I start to grow and develop on my channel. That I'm learning as I go, and I'm learning with you, and I'm super stoked for any feedback, advice. Please leave it in the comments. I'm here to learn, I'm here to grow, and we're just getting started, so stick around for more.